What's up guys, welcome back to Railway Empire 2, and today we're going to be doing the Balkan scenario, which is a DLC, and it is the Journey to the East. Now guys, this is possibly one of the hardest scenarios, so we're going to be working on different trophies here anyway. So Hotel Transylvania has 3,000 passengers change at trains at a land station in the region of Transylvania. That will probably happen naturally. You reach a population of 500,000 in the Austro-Hungarian region. Successfully sabotaged at 4 stations in one of your competitors in 1 year. So we can look at that. Transport 100 wagon loads of white nougat. Complete the scenario Journey to the East and try and do it in Chief Executive rating, which, as you can see here, only 0.3% of players have achieved. It's not an easy one to do. We're going to attempt it today, and guys, it's going to consist of making plenty of saves and potentially having to go back on yourself. So we're going to go with the engineer on this one, and let's go, guys. There's nothing else you can change. You only get 1.5 million to start with, but let's go and see what we can do.
Welcome, my friend. As you probably already know, our goal is to create a magnificent rail link. It will cross the borders of Europe and reach deep into the Ottoman Empire to Constantinople. A train that connects the Orient and the Occident. Guess what's the best part? It will be the most luxurious train mankind has ever seen. Pure adventure, and at the same time, the luxury of the noblest hotels. The fine people will just be flocking. But until then, there is a lot to be done. Governments have to be convinced, construction permits have to be acquired, and rails have to be laid. Our initial starting point is still in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and this is where we will make our first luxurious connections before moving further southeast. You worry about the rails and trains.
Okay guys, so let's check our task list. So we need to set up a luxury train line between Vienna and Budapest. Transport a total of 250 passengers with luxury train lines and reach 220,000 citizens in the Austrian-Hungary region. And that includes cities of Vienna, Preßburg, Budapest, Kecskemet and Debrecen. So guys, we're going to be doing these videos in parts because this is such a long scenario. So this is going to be part 1, where we're going to literally fulfill one step at a time this task. So Vienna's our first city. Let's get straight into this, guys, and get a train station in Vienna. And guys, what we do now, we will have to probably come back and fix a little bit later on, just to make sure that things run really as smooth as possible in this area, because I have done this scenario before on PS4. I've never achieved Chief Executive, so that is the plan, to try and at least the plan is to at least finish the scenario, but try and get Chief Executive as well, and it's really quite a hard task. So for now, we will set up our lines and work with what we've got, and then later on we will revisit this area just for like a 5-minute period and fix before we move on, so that this area will just run smoothly. It might not grow anymore, but it will run smoothly, and we can forget about it. Okay, so we've got our first bit there. We're going to run a rail line between these two, and we'll just run one for now. As you'll see, everything is expensive in this scenario. Not a cheap scenario at all. So we're going to run 2 lines down in. We're going to just run into the same line for now, and like I said, fixable later. And we're going to run the same line because we want to run this line through it as well. So it's pointless trying to run excess lines. We'll just run these and fix things later. In fact, we don't need to run a double line there. We can just run a single line up until about there. That saves us 50k. Just a simple half measure, and like that. So we'll then put a line that goes from that train station to that one. We want 8 wagons, and that confirm. And then we're going to run that one from there all the way to Preßburg, because that's where the grapes are needed more. We're just going to make sure that everything runs correctly. The long section that it's on about is that little tiny section there. Really long section. So let's press play. Now in Preßburg, around Preßburg, sorry, we've got wood, we've got honey, and we've got, I think this is cheese, guys. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I'd say it's cheese. It's got a little cow on there. So over in Preßburg, we will be setting up a warehouse, and we were going to run these 3 commodities into it, but also we're going to run like wheat into it as well. And then we need to divert over to Budapest. But as you can probably imagine, guys, this is not as easy as we want it to be. So we'll run we're going to run another double line in, guys, because we're going to have a lot of goods coming in, and it's just easier. We'll just keep the goods separate as well. It's just easier to run the separate lines, isn't it? Let's face it. Okay. That's on its way. As soon as we get that bonus, we can put that towards moving to this next one. We'll get the bonus from that one, move to this one, and then look at getting the warehouse built. We can, of course, take bonds, but we're not going to do that for now because we want to activate this diversification. It gives us an extra bit of bond. So that should help us run, just get a bit more money as and when, but we're going to let the value increase just a little bit more. Let's just see where it is. It's on the way, it's nearly there. Let's get a supply tower on this line somewhere. Keep moving, train.
bonus should activate any second. Where's the train? Here it is. Okay, so there's our first connection. Now, realistically, we kind of want to hold out a little bit longer to see if that's going to give us a bonus connection as well. Whether or not it will, I don't know. But so what we'll do is, for now, we'll just get honey moving. And then we'll be able to kind of see whether or not we can get that bonus activated for that station too. So let's get that there. And what we want to do here is get a maintenance station and get a warehouse. And in that warehouse we're going to be wheat, wood, honey, cheese, I think that'll be it for now. And let's get a supply tower on that line as well. And that should give us a bonus. And like I said, I want to just hold out a little bit longer before we head down to there, just to see if we get some sort of bonus activated to get it moving. We will. We've already got a breakdown. Wow, not good. We will head out towards Budapest, and you'll come to learn that this is a very, very slow scenario to begin with, and later on it just powers through, like it really barrel rolls and picks up pace quite quickly. So we've got the bonus connection for that. Let's take out our first bond, and let's get our way to Budapest. Now, Budapest, guys, I'm going to run 2 train stations, one going east and one going west, and you'll see why afterwards, or later on at least. So let's try and get this train line running at the cheapest possible rate. This is not going to be a nice rail line, guys, at all. Don't want to be spending that much. Bloody hell, it's so expensive. Certainly don't want to be spending that much. Let's try again. Let's try again. For some reason it's all underground there. Oh, no wonder. Look at the way that the bloody track starts. I'm gonna have to try and hug around the mountain so like best we can. No, it's not having that. Oh, we're doing alright here. So far, so good. So that is 282. We're just going to see which line we've come in on. The first line, so we need that to join up with the second line on this one. Okay, so we can get that for 292,000. And can we get a second line? 351. So we've completed the whole line for 500,000 or 600,000. Yeah, not the cheapest line, guys, I'm going to say, but quite an important one. So we're just looking out to see if that's going to activate. So let's get a second train running on that, and let's get a new rail line that goes from there all the way to Budapest. And we'll run 2 lines on that as well. It's not a cheap one, but we're going to get just under 500,000 as a bonus for that. So just let it run through a little bit, guys. We did put a supply tower on there, didn't we? So no activation bonus on that yet. And we can't unlock luxury lines until we get at least a few more research points. Our first train's almost there, so good stuff. I'm so ready to get that connected too. So there we go. We've got our bonus connection, 450k. So that's a good start. Now we'll get this connected too, and hopefully it's not going to cost us the earth. If you have a look at kind of where it sits quite high. So we don't really want to be running tunnels if we don't need to, or bridges as well. So we'll just keep an eye on what we can do out there and connect. We'll connect it there, and just for now we'll just do it like that. And then that to there. 8 confirm, and we'll put that there, and we'll put another supply tower there, and that's giving us a really good strong sort of like basis for everything that's needed, but not the cheese. I'm so holding out to see if cheese is going to give us a bonus. Okay, so Vienna's actually shrunk, but that will pick up. That should pick up now that goods start arriving. That shouldn't be an issue. We've got 1-star research now, so let's get our ticket unlocked. And let's get a new rail line that covers Vienna to there, to Budapest, back. And then you go to, you want kind of like the Bavarian AAI, just one train will do, and you set it to luxury rail line. Let's go. So that officially gives us the very first target completed. Now what we want to see is all 3 of these cities starting to grow. They're only going to grow with the supply of goods. So that's why the warehouse is important. And fingers crossed, the warehouse will just like start stocking up on stuff pretty quickly. I'm thinking, shall we change that to a 4 gridiron? It just allows the trains just to come and arrive on this side anytime it kind of wants. So that's our first 10 passengers moved on the luxury lines. So Vienna's now regrowing, Preßburg's growing, Budapest should start growing as well. And that will then really help us get our people moving in these cities. Now, can we get we can put an immigration office here, that will help grow, and we can also put an immigration office here, so that will also help people grow there as well. And Budapest has got, oh, this information thing. Yes, I know there's an information thing. Please move. Let's put an immigration office there as well. So we're up to 157, 158,000 people. We've only had 19 people move on that line at the minute. This cheese will help grow as well, but I'm really just holding out a little bit longer, guys, just to see if it gives us a bonus for connecting it. If not, we'll get cheese moving, and we'll grow even further. Now, there is a bonus for getting Kecskemet connected. And what we'll do is we'll call Budapest West, as that's going to be heading just west. And when we put a new one in, we'll put Budapest East, and that will be just connected to the east side of Budapest. $160,000, so we are literally now starting to see some good coming from it. That's got quite a few people moving there, to be fair, guys. So what we're going to do here, as our next target, is put another rail station. We'll put that there. So that one's going to be Budapest East. And then we kind of want to connect it with Ludwigstorp. And we want to do it kind of as cheap as possible, guys. So it's going to cross the water. Not going to be cheap. Oh, 315, and we can't do that. 419. 419,000. Wow. But it's a start, guys, and we're gonna get this one connected to here. As soon as we can afford a train. Very, very quickly, we've gone from having like 500,000 to nothing. And it is that simple in this scenario. Keep an eye on the bonds, so we can take a second bond if we want to. Still just holding it a little bit longer for that, just to see if it pops up and goes, oh yeah, connect me, connect me. They are growing, guys, nicely. So when I said at the start before about like we'll fix all this so that we can kind of forget about it, well, this is going to be running on its own little network, you know. That's it, Budapest. It finishes there, so it's just going to be them 3 cities. I mean, potentially we could be running down to Zagreb in Croatia a little bit later on. You know, then we can look at what we can do with that. But for now, once we've got this, once we've moved on from here and further, we're going to kind of forget about this part of the map, as we're going to be well over here, looking at other areas. So we're all good. We're all good. But once we've done it, we can forget about it. We can let it run. The trains will just keep running. They'll keep bringing us the money, and that's all that really matters, isn't it? Is that the trains just bring us more and more money. So let's get another bond on the go, and let's focus on getting connected now on this side of the map. Okay, and then we'll get Kecskemet connected as well. Now, Kecskemet might be another city where in the coming future we look at putting another station and heading down to connect these. But for now, that's like not going to be needed at all. So what we want to be doing here is getting these connected. And let's get some trains running. See, the problem is they're both wine, so they're both going to want grapes. So what we're going to do here is this train, I can catch it. Let's just delete that one. Let's set up a new rail line that does Budapest through Ludwig to Kecskemet, back through Ludwig. And what that will do is it will take any, like, if it's got room, it will pick up grapes and it will take them to Kecskemet. If it's got no room, it won't take grapes. It's that simple. And then later on, again, we can extend it so that it's got an extra stop and we just run a train each way. Boom. Bob's your uncle. And we'll make some good money. Now, we will want a warehouse here when we can afford it. We can afford it because we'll want wheat, we'll want wood, and I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if that's meant to be salt or flour. I think it's, is it flour? Yeah, I think it's flour. You know, we might want flour coming in. I'm not sure at what level they want flour. I can't see it on there. Got no bonus yet for that. So we might just have to connect it up and just have done. Well, Preßburg's growing. Hopefully it'll put fabric as its okay, so that's the 250 passengers transferred. So actually there must be quite a few people using it. How about we edit that now to be 2 trains? Put a maintenance depot and a warehouse there, so we know wheat, wood, and we'll even put olives there. We do need to see Budapest growing. Meat. I tell you what we do need to put. We need to put meat in the warehouse here. So meat will transfer from there to there, and then they'll transfer it down to there. That will help that grow. Because I don't think we've got meat around here at the minute. Still no bonus for cheese. I was hoping we were going to have cheese as a bonus. Clearly not. So let's get moving. Let's get motoring, guys, and start getting some progress on this warehouse. It's a little bit expensive, but put 4 grid irons and allow it to come in on which station it feels it needs to. We don't want to auction. Budapest is growing, Preßburg's growing, Vienna's growing. We're all good. 184,000 citizens. I think we're going to have to just bite the bullet and put this in now as well. I wanted to hold off just to see if it was going to give us a bonus, but clearly it doesn't want to. For now, we'll just run nice smaller line just to finish there. I mean, we've got the infrastructure in place, so we could see just a little bit longer whether or not that bonus connection comes up. Or maybe we run one train with cheese and then delete the train and just see if a bonus comes up then, because sometimes it does that. Didn't take long for us to burn through that money, did it? At all. But I suppose we've got some things in place. It's all looking nice and strong. Everything's growing. Budapest needs to keep growing, to be fair. Cheese and bread. Let's get wood involved. Nice, not too expensive there, guys. We're not running that the full way either. Just enough. As soon as we can afford another train, we'll get that running. Okay, that's running. That's a nice, solid base framework. So let's just what we've got here. Passenger trains on switch. We'll activate that one because that gives us an extra 5% retail. We do want to head back and have a look at some of the older stuff as well, though, guys. But we'll take that extra 5% revenue for now. So Vienna's still growing, Preßburg's still growing, and just Budapest, and so is Kecskemet. Next on the list is Debrecen. And we've only got 20,000 people left to do to fulfill this first part of the task. So let's make a little save game, guys. Let's save a few times, to be fair. So that we've got something to fall back on. Okay, let's carry on then. Oh, we've got something that hasn't got supply tower, so let's get that going. 202,000. We are growing nicely. Factory at Vienna has grown again. Preßburg, oh, it has put fabric there. Beautiful. So we can get this connected up to get fabric moving. And this can just stay nicely on this line here. Of course, we need to try and do it as cheap as possible. I'm not putting bridges in, I'm not putting tunnels in. Oh, a tiny little bridge. That'll be fine. That will be fine. Okay, so we can now get a new rail line that runs from there to there. Run that as a minimum of 8. Oh, as soon as we can afford it. Honestly, it's crazy how you can go from having loads and loads of money in this scenario to absolutely nothing instantly. Budapest has grown, so I'm kind of hoping potentially something like bread will go there because we've got the wheat. We could always then run an extra line that just trickles down there and into Budapest. 208. So we are moving nicely. I'm not sure how we're expected to get up there at the minute. We can't take a bond. We can't run any more trains, really. We are just going to have to sit and wait here, I think, guys. For trains just to arrive and get them cash moving. And then we'll head up to... We'll run a station through here. And up to here. And again, like I said, later on, once we've got a decent amount of money, we can sort out these, the correct tracks and stuff like that. So 151,000 is needed to connect to that. Can't take any more bonds yet. I'm sorry, it's so slow, guys. It really is a slow burner to begin with. But I think once things start getting moving later, it really will pick up. We're up to 217,000 people, and we haven't quite got to Debrecen yet. I don't think we're going to be able to afford it just yet either. Wow.
Fantastic! This region is thriving thanks to our railroads. To get to Constantinople, a southern route would have to be chosen. But access to the Ottoman Empire is hardly possible at this point. We have no choice but to open up a northern route first. We will reach the Black Sea through the Carpathians, from where our passengers can then travel to Constantinople by barge. But first, we have to secure the steel and wood production to be able to build the routes at all.
Right, so let's have a quick look at what our next tasks are. So, produce 20 loads of steel in Kolozsvar via one of your Factories reach 55,000 citizens in Sibiu, deliver 40 loads of steel to Sibiu, and transport 100 passengers in luxury train line directly from Budapest to Sibiu without changing. And we need to get that done pretty swiftly. So, first of all, we need to buy this. That's 432,000. Never mind that, we've still got to get to Debrecen. And then we've got to make these two cities grow here. That's Sibiu. And we've got to make steel in Kolozsvar. And we've got coal and whatever that is there. So that's good. But let's face it, it's not going to be a cheap venture either. We need a supply tower on there. We really could do with another bond now to get this moving. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get to Debrecen, and that will then be the end of this video, because like I said, this is an extremely long 201. This is an extremely long scenario. Wow. I don't know how we're going to afford this. Okay, so we've got olives in the warehouse. Preßburg's grown again. Vienna's not growing anymore, but Budapest is still growing. Could do with another commodity there, but we can't afford to do anything with that. And we definitely can't take out any more bonds at the minute. So we need trains to be arriving and making some moolah. We need another train running on that really as well. I don't know how we're going to do this. We need lots of trains arriving really quickly to make any money. Just trying to see if there's anything else I've missed early. Anything that's important. Maintenance posts. I'm not really interested in maintenance posts. Construction costs, yeah, that's a good one. New rail line from there to there. And let's arrive at Debrecen before the end of this video. And if we get meat back into the it, we're pretty good. How much is that going to cost? What? 778,000. Yeah, I don't think so somehow, do you? These are really not cheap lines at all. I don't understand what's going on. Okay, so we're now connected to Debrecen. Let's get this train wherever it may be. That one needs to now run. So let's edit. So we've got Budapest East to Ludwig Stop to Kecskemet. And then we'll do it straight up to Debrecen. Back to Kecskemet. Back to Ludwig Stop. There we go. Let's get that added in. So we've now got Debrecen in it. And let's get another train running. Some cows up to there, so we can get more meat in the system. Great. Realistically, Budapest needs bread or something like that. Let's just see what's going on here. Cows. Let's get 3 trains running. Oh, bonus for creating a new route. Okay, cool. I don't mind that. So I'm not sure if this Ludwig Stop's a great, like, conjunction to have. It might just be later on when we can afford to run more trains. As long as it's got some grapes moving, I think we'll be okay. And that's going to take some wheat up. And that's bringing meat back. So guys, we've now got Debrecen connected. We've got a train running from there to there. We've got a train running from here to Kecskemet, which will... Oh look, we've got bread there. So let's just... quickly connect that with that. Oh, we didn't connect it. Okay. And then we can put an extra train that runs from there to there, and that's obviously extra money for us as well. And let's face it, it's not cost me a lot to do that, really. Okay guys, so that's going to be the end of part 1 of this scenario. So join me next time when we head over to Transylvania. It's going to be 504,000 at the minute. We need to purchase that to get moving. So join me at part 2. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.